If you're walking home late at night and you see burned paper scattered across the ground blocking your way, would you walk around it or step over it without thinking? Because sometimes one careless step can change everything. This story was shared by a viewer named Jason. It happened when he was in middle school. To make it easier to understand, I'll tell it from his perspective. Back in 2016, I was living in a small town in Pennsylvania. I was in middle school. That age, rebellious, restless, full of energy. Every night after dinner, I'd go out with friends. We'd stay out late, sometimes until midnight. And honestly, I wasn't afraid of anything. The older people in town always talked about strange taboos. They said, never step on burned paper at night, especially the kind used for rituals, or you'll invite trouble. Back then, I didn't believe any of it, not even a little. One weekend, I spent the entire day outside with friends. By the time I got home, it was late. I was exhausted. As I walked through the apartment corridor, I noticed something. Burned paper, scattered everywhere, blocking the path. Nearby, there was a small memorial set up, a photo placed beside it. Out of curiosity, I looked closer and froze. The person in the photo was my neighbor, an older man from my building. I never liked him. He was always frowning, short-tempered. I remembered once, we accidentally kicked a ball near him. We apologized immediately, but he still yelled at us, like we had done something unforgivable. As I walked past, I stepped directly on the burned paper, without hesitation, without respect. I didn't care about those old superstitions, but the moment I stepped on it, something felt wrong. It felt like something heavy pressed down on me, like the air was suddenly thick. I couldn't breathe properly. That night, I didn't even eat dinner. I went straight to bed. That night, I had a strange dream. I came home, but my dog, usually gentle and friendly, started barking at me, aggressively, like it didn't recognize me. I woke up suddenly, and then I realized my dog was actually barking, in real life. It was late. I was afraid it would wake my parents, so I locked it on the balcony. The next day, I had a fever. At first, I thought it was just a cold. I took medicine. But by evening, my temperature wouldn't go down. My parents went out at night to buy stronger medicine. I was lying in bed when I noticed something. At the corner between the living room and the door, there was something black. At first, I thought it was just shadow, but then it started changing shape, moving like something alive. I stared at it. I was sure this wasn't an illusion. Then I passed out. When I woke up again, my parents still hadn't returned, and that thing was no longer in the corner. It was beside my bed. I tried to scream, but I couldn't. My body wouldn't move. It felt like something was holding me down. I closed my eyes in fear and lost consciousness again. I saw the old man, the neighbor. He smiled at me, a completely different expression. He led me to a house and invited me inside. But suddenly, he disappeared, and there was no door. I shouted, "Where is the door?" And suddenly, I woke up. My parents were beside me. But from that day on, I understood something. Some warnings are not meant to be ignored, and some lines should never be crossed. I told them everything. My grandmother asked where I had been. After hearing the story, they went to a local temple. They brought back a charm and a small sealed jar. They placed it in my room and put protection near my bed. Strangely, my condition slowly improved, day by day. I don't know what worked, but since that night, I never experienced anything like it again. And one thing I know for sure, if you ever see burned paper at night, don't step on it.